So we back with this energy here of this old ad. Why is this really plaguing me? It's something about swapping out these males. We got Tay and She here too. The Tan. See, this is something about bloodlines. Damn it. Skin tones. Breeding. Slavery was about more about breeding than anything. Yeah, temperance, bringing balance to a situation here. Somebody could be passed over and they could be flipping over in their grave. I wonder if this is one of John's sons. Okay, so what I'm getting, okay, is this is a method. This is a ritual that's been done for a very long time. I'm kind of seeing where the families. So this picture of this man in this picture in this, it's like family lines that go alongside each other. So this is also still talking about the royal family. It's almost like they're trying to kill the first person in the line of succession. And they're really uplifting the second and thirds, like the ones that's supposed to come after. But it depends on what kind of death they talking about, because I'm still here. But I'm wondering what they trying to do. I just trying to wonder what they trying to do, what they trying to say, like unplug me from a system. Is that death? Is it old school paper genocide? This could be paper genocide if this person with this last name Bruton here. Uh-oh. Yeah? Hmm? Why not? Okay, well tell them you need to go. Okay, where are you at? What class? Mm-hmm. All right. What you want me to do? Okay. Okay, I'm about to. You want me to call up in there? Did you? What did you say? Did you say okay? Could you go ask them again? Did you ask once or twice? Mm-hmm. All right. So just go ask again. Just say, well, I'm gonna go then. My mom said I can go if I have to use the bathroom, or just walk out. What do you mean the door locked? Why? Oh, okay. What's the teacher name? What's the teacher name? What's the teacher name? Okay. All right. All right. Bye. I guess I'm about to call up there then. Okay. I'm about to call up there then. And don't be playing around. If you can hold it, hold it. But if you can't use the bath, if you can't hold it, then I guess I had to call up there then. Bye. Mm, hold on. I do not want to stop this. Hold on. I'm gonna step away for a second. All right, my fault. So I'm seeing a dynamic here, okay? Like, for instance, even when I'm looking at my supposed sister that we supposed to have the same mother and father, there's something about some features here. There's another girl, a really young girl. I cannot remember what the hell her name is, but she do tarot too. A little fun, young little girl. And her features, she got more Hannah energy, more India in her. But I don't know. I can't remember because, I'm trying to think back when I was a little girl. This would have to be somebody that looked like my sister at some point in time. Because if we are clones, I've seen many of my sister's clones. I haven't seen mine, right? So if I look at this really, this kind of giving the energy of my sister clone. I mean my sister, but there's something tricky about these family dynamics. Because this just look like just like a Fitzgerald. Or this look like Craig Mack. This look like a Fitzgerald here. Now, when I first came into this part of the city that I grew up in, when I met my Taurus's friend Fitzgerald first. Then he introduced us. So we were sitting out kicking it or whatever, and him and his friend Jay rolled past or whatever. They saw us out there. They was like, "Oh, let's get y'all number or whatever. We're gonna come back tomorrow. Let's go to the mall." And then it was like, "Oh yeah, it's 3 of y'all. Okay, we got one dude that we're gonna bring with us." Okay, so when they came back the next day or whatever, then they came to the door or whatever. They met my dad's girlfriend, which was my play sister's mom. And we end up going to the mall with them. And the thing, how me and Taurus could have connected is because it wasn't enough room in the car, so I had to sit on his lap. Okay. Oh my goodness, y'all. Yeah. Okay. She said that the reason why is because somebody got to go down there and take you. I don't know. She said somebody got to come down there and take you. What? Why? Okay. Why would the door be locked? Is what I'm saying. Are you sure it's locked? Okay, just go over to it and open it. So who locked it? Who locked it? How did y'all get in there? Let me talk to the teacher. Hmm. Oh, she right there. She can hear me. Okay. Now she said she's hi. So Aubrey's saying that she got to use the bathroom, but she can't get out. Okay, but she got to use the bathroom now. So can she go now? Okay, because I mean I know they probably have some policy, but she ain't really gonna be lying saying that she got to use the bathroom and she ain't got to use it. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay. I ain't mean to get smart with the little girl, but they got to keep calling me. The hell they doing locking the bathroom door? But we take bathroom breaks halfway through, but she got to use the bathroom now. The fuck you mean? I got to call down to the office. Oh, we got a protocol. We got to send somebody down there to get. And first of all, what the hell why you got the gym door locked? The hell? Because I just told her to walk up on up out of there. And then if they got something to say, they can call me. And I can come on up there. Yeah, somebody, okay, all right. So they try, okay, so this is I'm guessing. Look, I'm trying to put these cards away. We got two people left out in the cold. We got the Two of Swords in reverse. I've been saying where's Rob Kardashian, right? Confirmation. So somebody peeping game that the world card energy is in reverse, or somebody is honoring the wrong world card energy, or somebody got this money or something that it wasn't supposed to go to. But let's just keep on. Yeah, it's something like this here. Yeah, these people didn't have the authority, and this is, I think, what we getting on right now. Okay, this is what we hitting on. This is like a baseball. This giving me like a 10. Okay, or a baseball. You know what I'm saying? That's giving me kind of like a home run or something. But it's in reverse. So what I'm seeing right here is okay. Yeah, that got me off track a little bit. Got me a little pissed off. Um, so this what could be what this is here. Now, this could be linear, like these bloodlines could run close to each other some kind of way. Now, if we're looking at the British, if we're looking at the coat of arms, Elizabeth's coat of arms. On one side, we got the on one side we got the unicorn with the chain is locked to his feet down to the garden, and there's a yoke around the neck. Okay, there's the sideways cross, which is St. Andrew's cross. If you look on the other side, you have a lion. He's also in the garden or on the grass, on the grassy, but he has a cross upright on his flag that he's holding up. So Mike Coleman has a flag on his coat of arms. Fitzgerald got the sideways cross on his coat of arms. So there's something about stuck in the middle. Now, let's say my Taurus is meant to be in the Coleman thing. They also have one with the jagged edges and the line in the middle. Let's say that my Taurus is the one that's in the middle. Okay, it could be me too. They could be symbolizing this as both because they don't want somebody to be at the top. I don't know if at the top of the Coleman coat of arms if they have the lion or not. Okay, because we're going back to Elizabeth's, the lion is up there. Okay, so I look at this is if this is our dynamic of what we created in the garden 30 something years ago, then this Fitzgerald was already stuck to the grass. But you had to remember what I said. And then in the Taurus that he brought with him was maybe a young lion. And I have always been the baby lion that's got a very immature way of seeing the world when it comes to higher up elements. So I would be this little baby lion that's at the top of the red the red person or the red lion. Okay, it could be a fire sign energy here at the top. So I'm just trying to figure out where this fits in with the bloodline though, because have they been like this? Say Thad Bruton, okay? But there's the word Moor here, a Moor soldier. So I just showed a picture of some Moors or somebody with the big tall red or brown, dark reddish brown hat or whatever with the Shriners, the whatever in Shriners they wear with the little two or one little sword on it or whatever. Okay. Um, but when I went ahead and I was looking, because I started looking, some told me to look at the Kardashian name because their coat of arms is really extravagant as well. Okay. So something told me to go back to that. Hmm. Yeah, a young Bruton, a young lion, 20 years old. But when I'm okay, let's stick to one thing. If this, if they've been removing the Brutons from this in print or in paperwork or something, in inserting the Fitzgerald. That's why I said my grandfather and my grandma bought that house. I think it got built or something like that. It was built up, or they built it, or it got built while when they got there or whatever. I don't know if the house was already standing, but they bought that house on that block. I ran up and down that street all my life. But later on, when I was a teenager, somebody else moved into the house right there at the corner. And then when me and Taurus went down to go do something, I think my grandma had already passed away, allegedly. Okay. So but see, we don't know. Ah, because if these people wasn't really dying for the past 20 years, where were they going? Now, the Fitzgerald live about 3 houses down from my grandma. So what is we looking at here? After my grandfather passed, okay, a little while later, a Fitzgerald moved in the house down the street from my grandma. But it's almost like they are, it's like a blended bloodline, but it's not. It's like forcibly. It's like, what if these Fitzgeralds are chained to the garden because they've been hunting down these young lions and replacing the image with a graven image? Maybe this is also something so that no images of what's in heaven could be shown. You understand? So there's two elements here. What was the real reason for this? Because okay, this could be a Bruton. Okay, I don't know. I don't. But this looked like a Fitzgerald to me. And so that's why I'm saying what's so significant about about these bloodlines is, has it been something like I told y'all that there was a man standing, it was a strange image that I found of Queen Elizabeth with a man that was standing next to her, and he kind of looked like a Whitaker to me. So is this a dynamic where these family trees have been bundled together some kind of way, and there's been something going on throughout the test of time? But the original anchoring bloodline would be this. This could be this royal bloodline, but people come in on it to take from it because of the naivety of the people that, or um, that are actually the royals. It's those people can actually come in and take advantage. Okay, it's something like this. But let's get to the story. So we're gonna break down who looked like who to me. Because that's why I said what they talk about eagles, when they capture them, they cover up their eyes. Because they don't know what's going on around them. Right? There's a lot of animalistic things with camels. They will cover up the eyes and the nose and everything like this, and they will take the camel baby from the mother, and then they'll place a different camel's baby underneath her, and then she'll just start automatic. When they take off the mask and everything, she'll start taking care of the baby. She don't realize that her baby was taken. Okay. Now camels they preserve water in their lumps or something. So again, this also could have something to do with lineages, bloodlines, and babies and birthing, breeding, right? So a camel could be somebody that retains water or something like this. So this could mean that a woman, if she's being related or they're similar, if they turn you into the animal kingdom, they can turn you into any kind of animal they want, I guess, by what you birth or what's within you. Okay, so that's just kind of like that. But then there's that Arabic presence here, and then what else? Water, the royal. Because somebody could hold a royal hostage without them knowing who they are their whole life, and they will have these privileges. It don't even have to be somebody that's in your family. It could be an outer person that like, yeah, that's a royal. Go ahead and snap it up. You don't ever have to go live with this Arabic husband. He will just be able to latch on to you and use your benefits or your name to get through places, right? Um, and I'm not just saying Arabic. This could be any breed of people or something. Somebody taught some people how to do whatever this is. So what I'm seeing is that I've went back and I was thinking, why? I said, who was that worked on? We'll break it down from here. Who? Okay, I was like, okay, so who was that? I'm thinking about the Bronco, right? Because the Bronco is giving me like uh, ooh, a Bronco is giving me wisdom, or a donkey. The donkey can represent wisdom in the Bible. So it's funny that he did what he did allegedly, and then he jumped in a white Bronco and went on a high speed chase. That was one thing that I was just thinking about. Then I said, well, who was his lawyer? Wasn't it the Kardashian? And but I cannot remember if he finished out the case. I thought he went to one of the so-called black lawyers after a while. I don't know if it's because the Kardashian male died during the case, or I don't know if something else happened. So I'm like, what happened that did this person work through the case? Did they stop the case? And then I found some blog or something that said that um the Rob Kardashian Sr., block some information or something, destroy some information that could have got OJ locked up. And I said, well, that's strange. Because we know a couple years back, everybody was saying something about how Khloe Kardashian looked like she might could be OJ's daughter. So then I said, wait a minute, this is starting to sound familiar. A situation where something happens to a situation where when these family dynamics is either the oldest child is never really the child of the man that the person is with. Okay. The second child could be also of somebody else. Like, this is what I'm picking up here. It's something weird like this. So I start thinking, I'm like, well, hold on. Let's look at who everybody looked like. So I'm like, okay, OJ Simpson looked like kind of like a Moses. Okay. And then I was like, okay, Robert Kardashian kind of looked like the phenotype is familiar to me. And then I said, okay, but let me look at Rob Kardashian throughout his life. So I look at a picture when he was young, like really young, before like black and white image or whatever. I looked at when he was young. I looked at, excuse me, when he had the kids when they was little. And then I like 12 years old or something. And then I looked at an image when later on in life. And then I looked at an image when he was because it's these women you have to watch out for. And then I looked at an image where he looked Mexican. He looked more Mexican. They look Mexican. Okay. And then I looked at an image when they was just a little bit older. Probably one of the last pictures they could have probably took together. And I noticed that his head was a lot like on the other pictures, his head was really small, just like theirs, like when they were teenagers or young adults or whatever. The head was really small like that, but he looked really Mexican. But then when I looked a little bit later, I seen a picture of them all sitting there when they were still like early 20s, late teens or something. And I'm like, oh my God, this don't even look like the same Rob Kardashian. And plus his head is a lot larger. Sitting next to these people, he looked like a fucking giant. Right? And we know he seemed like a smaller frame male. Okay. So I'm like, okay, this is strange because if I break the, I have to use my family, what I've been familiar with throughout my life as the main line. Okay. If we finding out that these families been being swapped out or whatever this whole time, I'm just looking at this from what I've seen throughout my life. So I'm like, okay, so OJ Simpson looked like Moses. And if I had to look at Robert Kardashian, it would probably fluctuate more towards what I remember my grandfather looking like. Okay. So I looked at a picture of the grandfather with the Kardashian children, because Kim and goodness, what is her name? Why do I never can remember her name? Not Chloe, but the other one. They do look a lot like they did look a lot like Rob Kardashian in one image that I could find. But when I looked at the picture of them with their grandfather when they were younger, they look a lot like the grandfather. And then I'm learning too that again, when these grandfathers are alive, you have to realize that if you were somebody that was born when your grandfather was alive or right when they crossed over or something, like you were already in the womb when your grandfather passed over, it's a chance here. So there's something about whatever this is that some of us 80s babies or something like around this time or even before, this could be a cycle that's been going on, but it's a chance, okay? If they were scientists or aliens or other groups investing in breeding, there's a chance is all I'm saying. Okay. Um, but I was thinking, what if these people or these aliens or whatever runs this shit for real? What if something already happened to the regular Rob Kardashian? What if the original one did have this first child, Kim or whatever, but the one that was around them later on when we seen him pass away, that could have been a sit-in. That could have been something else. I'm just thinking about this. Because we are talking about people being swapped out and clones and all this stuff. So Because I'm thinking about whatever this is, somebody spent a life, a luxury life with their children. This a main male that wants me to always remember that they spent a life, they feel bad, they left you, they did you wrong, they feel bad, they left you behind, and that they left you something, and they did not leave it for the rest of the people in the family or the rest of the people that they were around, allegedly because they had already spent a quality lifestyle, and they raised up with these children, maybe even got famous, something like this. Somebody feels bad, okay? So they made sure that the child that was left behind had something. These people were supposed to tell you. The crazy part would be if these people kept this or kept this back, and these witches or these women know that the first one already passed away, they just went down the lineage table because they have alien connections, and they just got another masculine to sit in, and this masculine had bank that they was going to give to their daughter. So again, this is what I'm saying. Something is strange here. It's just something is strange, because I feel like the money was connected to whoever it was that passed away, whoever they had in the last couple years of that life. Because what I'm now I look at a life as, yeah, it's a trail. Throughout that trail of life, other entities and shit like this deal with us. And so you could change, they can swap you out or change you out at any given time with something in the likeness. They can search the records and find somebody else that's in the background that had to take the jump a long time ago and say, well, hey, he kind of looked like him. Or they can have kinship, like a Mordecai, Esther, in the real father. Mordecai had to raise her. So there can be kinship amongst these people. Name changes. None of these celebrities got the same name or the real birth date that they're sharing with us. That's their celebrity status name and birth date and last name and middle name. You understand? So I'm guessing a lot of these men were coming to me because they're crossed over or passed over, and now the children are older. Even if these people didn't really die, they just have to live from the background, or if they is in heaven or they passed away and they communicate with me like that, they may be aware now. If we talking about these cycles, they may be aware of these cycles and be like, "Damn, I didn't realize that." Now it doesn't mean that these women had to be being sloppy and sleeping around. Some could have been, but in some cases, these are women that were parts of case studies throughout the history. Hmm. And back then, it was more prone for men to try to be at least responsible. I mean, they was either gonna be responsible and stick it out with the woman, even if she had all them damn kids, or they was not, or they was gonna turn into alcoholics, or you know what I'm saying, or and then somebody would ever be able to use that against them and get them pushed out of the tribe. It's so many different things that could be happening here. But this seems like a problem to me because who I feel is trying to stand up right now, or who I feel could be even have turned this masculine against me, is this Fitzgerald. It's like these Fitzgeralds are important elements to this, but they are the ones that consume, or if they are having a slight kinship, they're cannibals. And they eat the regular brute and put them out the way, and then they fit something of theirs in the spot. It's just seeming like this is what's going on here. This is not a model just for my family. I'm saying these are prominent families or whatever throughout the nation here. Because once these people go there or they get altered, they cannot come back. Some of these people don't even look, if they was brown skinned with kind of wiry hair when you was little and you remember them, they might come back with full blown Caucasian hair, and so either they're being spliced or they're being altered. So this person won't even look, these people won't even look the same if they came back towards you. Okay? But I was like, okay, so Kim, I don't know. She kind of could be the one that looked more like the dad when he looked Mexican. Okay. And then I'm saying Chloe, I mean, to me, the other sister, which I can never remember, Courtney, she looks like my grandmother on my mom's side. And Chloe do kind of look like, she could be, I mean, growing up, she looked a lot like OJ Simpson. But it also made me think like, okay, well, D- Rob looked kind of like my father's phenotype with the cheeks and stuff like this, like a Epstein or a DeSantis. Okay, but It's something about OJ Simpson's jawline that makes me think about my Uncle Moses and my cousin Tiffany. Okay. And it's all eternal energy almost, even though I don't think that that is of the bloodline. It could be a splice or something. I don't know. If I'm rejecting, because I'm a really open, welcoming person, I always been, but something has changed me to not to be different towards these people, but to say, hey, no. Because this is about healing a bloodline that's almost extinct. Remember we had extinct out here yesterday. So I can't care about your feelings. I can't care about your feelings with this. Some ancestors is counting on me to do something, and I can't care about your feelings with this. Because these people had 20 years to destroy a kingdom or something, or 40 since I've been born. Okay? So it's like when somebody's gathering them from around the world, what does this mean? Who are these people? Could they have a whole somebody's name could be they used to be they was your grandpa or your uncle or your real day one first generationers or second generation or whatever they are, but they've been scattered, okay? And they might have different names and different birthdays and live in different countries and things like this. But there's something here. It's making me think about the Bible story, what we just talked about again. That somebody was about to give something to someone. Now, there's possessions that have to be passed down to or held over by other so-called wealthy men or powerful men. These could be people like me that don't know who I am all the way, or that the assets and trust. So they trust other people that have money already that is got some kind of level of respect to hold on to these keys or these assets or these envelopes that belong to some of us. Now you imagine somebody pass away for real, and then the people go through this stuff, they family go through this stuff and be like, I'm not letting this person have this money. I'm about to use this money. So this could be something else, also an element here too. I don't know what these celebrities talk about because they have a more extensive Rolodex or whatever information base or something like this, okay, on that world, that side of it. But I told you it's something about it's something about that. It's something about the first kid normally is never with these type of tribes, the first kid is normally not their child. The oldest child is normally not the child of these men. Normally that man is already gone or they passed on. This woman got the money or something, and then they bring in somebody that been out in the skirts or homeless, clean them up, bring them and sit them next to that person, and then they get to live another new life. All right, but the baby may not be theirs. Okay, right? But it's almost like was somebody about to give somebody something, but then they found out? Was somebody doing research on something else? Was this person doing research on something else and found out? Did the family talk about this before Rob Kardashian passed away, the senior? Was there whispering in the house? I know in my situation, there was whispering amongst me and my tourists about my oldest child, okay? It wasn't not to not tell her just at a certain time, okay? So I'm just wondering because, okay, we were still talking, and Rob Kardashian looked a lot like my Taurus. So that whole Black China could be significant to something happening amongst China or when it comes to an exchange of power, right? The Shekinah, the element of the Black, because somebody is an all God here. Everybody ain't an all God. There's probably only one or a couple of all gods on this planet right now. Did these people come up with a scheme? Did these little gangs and mafias that are hiding ISIS-K in them, did they hide behind something, kill off these, and then just they got just some neighborhood boys or something wearing these masks, talking about they the world leaders and doing all this shit? And really, I'm supposed to be the main leader of the new world order, and these men just mad and jealous because it was supposed to be getting prepped, or this was the table that was getting prepared, and these motherfuckers just snatch my place mat off or try to find somebody in my likeness to replace me so that they can keep in power. So much so that they didn't want me to have a penny. They didn't want me just to brainwash me and just give me a job making a really good money, and then I just forget about the whole thing. They just wanted me not to have nothing. And I feel like that's what we talk about when they talk about slavery or something like this in America. You just want me to believe that wasn't no black people here on this land before you came here. It wasn't none. Everybody came from Africa that's got dark skin. It's like somebody would detect your honesty here by say that all these people was watching you throughout your life and they seen you be intimate with other people when you were married or something like this. But the whole thing is they say, "Oh, you a manipulator." How? My mate never asked me. No, my mate never sat there and said or kept asking me, "Hey, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you?" Because at some point in time, I just get tired. You know what I'm saying? If it was me, I would just get tired and I would just go ahead and break the shit down. But I feel like in some of these situations, the man ain't asking, he already know because he wants you to do this. See what I'm saying? So that and keep love away from you and want you to go out there and seek it somewhere, whether they're in the house or they are a double lifer living their life somewhere else. They want you to do this stuff because they don't want to hear about nothing. While at the end, they already know what you're doing because they're watching you every step that you take. They just want to be able to use whatever this information is at the end of the day. So the family, I feel like these families turned it in with some of us key players. The families turned this into a business to kind of slander us, ridicule us, show how we are liars or something. But I don't think that that's lying. I think that it could be misleading, or I don't even think misleading. I feel like, it's either there or it's not. I'm hearing somebody saying, don't act. It's always, you didn't cheat on me. It was always, don't ask, don't tell. So somebody is, it's something that somebody is trying to do here. Okay. Now, if they found out that this person was still going back towards somebody, I'm picking up this energy alongside, it won't let me just talk about the one thing. They did something to this person. Now, if this Fitzgerald was a friend, if this energy was trying to get close to me, what happened? Would this person tell me if the original Taurus, say when they moved me to Kenosha, this person moved to Chicago, right? The real original version with his friends and everybody that we knew from school. And they took my money and they went and moved to Chicago and they just left me at home with the clone raising children. Okay. Now, what if this man passed away 2 years ago or something like this? Okay. Um, okay. And he was still close to them. The original version would have been still hanging around them, close with them and everything like this. The clone is all I have. So what if the original version passed away and then the original version was still connected to the Fitzgerald that was still in the story right now? It's still in the Truman Show. But he got to take an oath of silence not to say nothing, that when he come over here and say, hey, like once every 3 years or something and see us, he can't tell us. See, I don't know how much the tourists in the house know, if they could ever tell me, but it wouldn't be like he could come over here and talk about the clone with me in Taurus. That would be an oath of silence. When he leave here, it's just like, yeah, man, he can get in the car with his wife and be like, man, it's strange, man, when I go there and visit them, and then this nigga really live over here. You know what I'm saying? It could be something like this. There's an element here, okay, that I'm not able to see, that people can't even whisper this shit around me, or else they'll be done for. All right? So this is just what was tripping me out. Because like I said, the Fitzgerald coat of arms, or even if that is wisdom, or even if that is just a unicorn, it's still stuck in the garden. Something must have went wrong. Something went wrong. This could be whoever it is that ate the fruit or something like this. Okay, so since they did, they have to find a different way to get up and out of the garden. It might be consuming one of us, the originals, right? So if this is this Fitzgerald, why would he tell me that? Because whatever secret file on me, whoever, because men have owned me or something like this. There's a paper, there's a document, a keyword. There's something that these people have where these men have passed over some type of ownership or title to me. This is why these gifts would be for me as this world card energy. Now, this person, if they seen this person never give me nothing or never be able to tell me about it and everything like this, but maybe after he died, they were supposed to just go ahead and turn it over to me. But then somebody said, oh, in the Bible, it says that the brother, well, they're not really brothers, but, oh, the best man, oh, well, maybe, or something like this, gets to take, like this family, these crooks are coming up with some other kind of way to manipulate it to work in their favor and call it biblical, but these could be atheists. They only know the word of God just to manipulate or create stumbling blocks for the children of God. So then this masculine energy, this person could be holding on to me. But damn, how do I know? Because even when I look at this Pete Davidson energy, this Pete Davidson looked like a Fitzgerald. Young boy Chopper looked like, I think that's his name, looked like a Fitzgerald. So now this Fitzgerald family that's chained to the garden think that they have ownership of me because did nobody tell me that my realtor has passed away and I'm supposed to be sitting on the throne. Because maybe they hid this from me because I would have been pissed off if I knew that he was sitting on his throne all this time behind my back instead of me. You understand? And so he didn't want nobody to tell me nothing until he passed away or something. Maybe this person was sick. I don't know. Maybe it's more between these people. I don't know. Maybe it was a side of this person I did not know. I don't know. Maybe this spouse could have used my identity all this time. I don't know. But I just feel like that's really strange here. Because these are like drifters or what they might call gypsies or orphans or what we just read in that magazine about the mental ill. But these were there was somebody else's opinion that was put on these people to get them from their standing or whatever, or having standing in their own land. That's why they want to get rid of those particular white people or remove them from power. But really, for the past 400 years, we've been dealing with the privilege of everybody else. America don't even look the same. Everybody else have been able to come here and get the American dream so much so they didn't even really want the American dream is gone. It's like the American dream is gone. Whatever these people are creating right now with all this stealing and killing and tricking and stuff, it's going to be third world. It's going to be trash. They'll never be able to build up another elite system or another Hollywood. They might be working on some nice things or whatever, wherever they're doing in the South or wherever they're doing, if they're taking it to other countries and building or whatever they're doing. But that means that you was, what did it, I think Jesus or Christ said, if they're not with us, here building here, then they were never us. So when they say that Ye is going over to Italy or somewhere else to start some factories or something, like, what the fuck is wrong with America? Who's in charge here? Why, if you American, why you can't, and this is what we talking about doing right now, why you can't build what you building here? So it's something, there's some kind of dynamic going on here. Okay. And there's another female, hell, it could be a female that is obsessed with, because I'm getting that movie, I'm getting that show Delicate. You understand? And it's just so funny that they put Kim in there and she's like the boss in there now. And so that's why I feel like somebody another woman is trying to use some kind of something to boss me around or something like this. But it would be crazy what if a company or something is mine, or what if somebody owe me some fucking money? Where I'm not about to get under no contract with you. Give me my money, I'll start my own thing. It's something like this. Because I am thinking like, yes, okay, yes, I can kind of see a resemblance of the Kardashian, the closer to when he passed away. These children already been bred. They already been grown up. I'm not talking about the earlier years when these children was little Rob Kardashian senior. I'm talking about the late Rob Kardashian senior. Look a lot like my grandfather. It's something that's strange here, okay? Hold on, y'all. I'm really having stomach issues today. This is something about the colors of the wind, or transferring of assets, or this could be getting a grounding on why some family could be one of the oldest families here, regardless of what the name is now. And they have nothing, or they've been sold off or tricked off, or they failed, they jumped, or they took the leap of faith, or they was led away by these silly people or something. The Bible is calling them silly, that was led away. Maybe being led away from the town is the best thing that happened to these people. Maybe it was a slave owner or somebody that wanted to keep these people packed into this place that said that these were silly people that ran off from their house. Maybe that was what saved some of these people's lives or their organs or some shit. I don't know. Or saved them from a particular type of probing or something like this. And so we have the last queen being held hostage here. The longest, longer than everybody. So like, I feel like if everybody else, first, second, third, fourth generationers, already been moving about, or they got out the Truman Show, it's something about me maybe being Truman actually and having to stay there. Um, I feel like even if this boy, because his eyes was really pretty, and I used to love looking at his eyes and his eyelashes, maybe he was the one that came in to I gave him something by anointing him, and he gave me something. He was supposed to give me something by waking me up, but they could have snatched this man out sooner than that because I started talking about at 19, right before I had my children. Right after, I'm like, we got to get out of here. Oh my God, I just want to leave here. I just can't stand being in this place or something like this. And I feel like they were trying to make things suffice. Like, just do what she say, for she can stay her ass right here. Get that better job, nigga. You know, she need to stay here. You got to, hey, if she want $100 a week, just give the damn girl that. You know, somebody was just trying to, I feel like that's what somebody was doing here. Okay. And so the forever young version or the younger masculine energy could be out there in the world. They don't want him nowhere near this motherfucker because you understand? Could you imagine me now that I'm raised up most of my children and everything like this, and this nigga come around here still young and fine? It wouldn't be cheating. That's what I mean. So I'm particularly kind of I'm kind of sure I know what the four looked like that actually I could have embraced. Now that I'm looking back, I've seen pictures and I'm like, okay, he looked different here, different here, different here, and different here. But there's also outside masculines that's of this masculine that may have had access to me without my knowledge in the sleep realm or in the ether. You understand? Now they would be somewhat considered, the ones that's hidden in the background, shadow figures or something. Or this could be also some elite brands or some celebrity star brands. They would not allow me to, those are the most ones that make me happy, not because of the money. It's just it's something I like about them a little bit more. I like the way that they um, I like the way that they mm, stimulate my mind, and it's not in a bad way. I like the it's not to make me act rebellious. It's not to make me say these things that I'm saying. I just like the way they massage my brain. And I think it's got to be very creative because I've never touched them from what I know. They could have touched me for healing or something. I don't know, but I never touched them. I don't feel like I never touched them. It makes me want to touch them even more. You know what I'm saying? It's like it makes me want to touch them even more. You know. But that's just what this is here. But somebody's saying it's a facade here, that's make believe or something, but I feel like that's not true here. Okay. So somebody is trying to say something here, but this is just talking about energy harvesting as well, or passion fruit or other fruit that's not on the tree. It could be under the tree, but that could be a fruit that fell off another tree. That could be a native tree and an original tree planted next to each other. And all the fruit falls, it get mixed up down at the bottom. Just because it's up under this tree don't mean that it belonged to that tree. You get it? So this has something to do with the serpent as well. Okay. This also looking like the second stick with this stick coming out right here and this stick coming out here. This also giving me David energy here. Okay. In this background, but not really. Because his face shape is kind of like my dad's though. This almost giving me somebody like a Jackson. I seen Randy Jackson them the other day, and I'm like, who is that? I seen the Jackson brothers. I'm like, whose brothers the fuck is that? You understand what I'm saying? I said, whose brothers is that? So whatever, when I was scrying one day and I wrote that note that we found in my Bible that said, um, Joe Jacko stole my took my something and stole my wife, killed me and stole my wife. This is a spirit of something. This is a spirit of something that's able to house these temples or these peoples. A Lord of host spirit. There's something here. There's some kind of spirit here. Okay, some kind of spirit here, and it feasts either on somebody's energy or whatever else. Okay, it's some kind of energy here that can get house these temples. I feel like it's a lustful spirit though as well. It's a lustful spirit, but that would get me the energy of like, again, like right now, Moses getting in trouble or starting some shit or something like this, and his children starting shit and stealing shit from God's kids, and then actually got the nerves to come ask somebody to help them or something like this. Because it's almost like the breed of people that look more like my grandfather and my father, they're the ones that's always the nice guy helping somebody out, even if they, because Rob Kardashian looked drained, tired, and sick through that whole fucking trial. It looked like, if you go back and look at the pictures. It's like somebody draining somebody of their energy. It's like hangman energy. Somebody getting you caught up in fighting they battle or something like this. You ain't even got to do that. They saying that this trial, or whatever, ripped apart this family. But I'm wondering if was it the truth that was coming out here, it really? Because if they saying that O.J. Jackson was his, um, or Simpson or whatever was his, I said Jackson. Oh my goodness, was his a real good friend of the family? Was it? Or was this brother against brother? Did nobody tell these people that they have some kind of something here? Hmm. Or is this tribe against tribe, but they was introduced to you as family or brother, but it really wasn't, or something like this, something like this. But these are people, whoever these entities are, or these ancient aliens or whatever, they have some of people. I'm picturing that they have still a clone of you when you were 15, still a clone of you when you was 25 or something. They like to collect people. They like to collect you and leave you at that part where you where they like to enjoy you the most. Okay. I mean, it's not funny, but that's what I'm getting here. And some women get populated across the planet, across the nation, the planet, more than others. I'm just picking up on this energy here. I don't know what's the big deal. Mm. I mean, maybe the ones that are born that could probably break this code or something like this, like me, they don't want no traces of me left on this motherfucker. When I'm gone, that's it. They don't plan on doing nothing else extra. Nobody planning on giving me no transformation or nothing. Bitch, you got to go. If you and your kids gonna be talking like this, yeah, we got to get them from underneath her, and we got to have some other bitches. Let's send them to Africa, where these bitches is more submissive or something. Cause cause this one right here might be a problem. This could be what these people are saying here. But wouldn't that be weird? Because it's saying, I told you in the beginning, the Bible say, "Oh, God's children or something, God's this or whatever," and then it say in all caps, God's the only child of God. So this could be, like I said, somebody. This is when these men pass away and they on the other side. That's when they realize, you know, or some of these people come into an awakening, or they get lifted, and they realize, toward the end, but they can't hate these children. Maybe they just had to look back and walk away. Because I'm hearing somebody say, "I cried when I walked away from you," but there could be some trickery here too. Like I said, these aliens could have been tricking them and taking the kids and making them think that these women was unfaithful or something like this, or it was just even more to it here. Um, but this is just what I'm picking up. Somebody ain't being honest about something here, right? Because I'm thinking about, I think Suki and Ray J just did a new song together or something like this. But then I told you that whole thing about Kim K. That was a conspiracy, man. That was a conspiracy. There's four, but one may have been in the dark about this. Okay, even though it would have benefited them. There's four that was involved in whatever that is. 9 of coins. There's four that was included with this here. Hell, it might have even been her. This is like a formula that people use in order to do something, but That's because I guess they couldn't think of nothing else to do to get catapulted to the top. Um, this is something bogus. Whatever they did, this shit is bogus. Yeah, there's something about the coming of age here. Hold on, guys. I really need to take something from my stomach and my side.